questions to enter the unconscious mind. Have you ever been trying to think of something? You're like, oh, who's that actor in that movie? What's that book that I read? And you can't think of the title. That's because you're thinking of it consciously. So have you ever noticed that later that day when you go walking outside or you take a shower or something like this, all of a sudden, the answer, it's in your mind. It's right there. So during this audio, you're going to learn different questions that you can ask yourself to reveal answers that you need from the unconscious mind right then and there. You won't have to wait. So asking questions to the unconscious mind is really important because of 3 different reasons. So let's look at why we want to ask questions, and then I'm going to give you the questions that you want to ask your unconscious mind. So if we think about it, the unconscious mind, it's like a storage bin of data that you have access to at any time. And maybe you just don't know how to access it yet because you haven't asked that one question that will give you that unlimited amount of access. So the first reason asking questions to the unconscious mind is really important is you get to access hidden knowledge and insights. The unconscious mind stores memories, patterns, emotions, behaviors, habits, learnings, and experiences that aren't always available to the conscious mind, because the conscious mind is available here and now. That's all it's doing. Everything else is unconscious. So if you ask questions to the unconscious mind, then you can uncover intuitive insights or forgotten information that can guide you to get what you want. And there's going to be some great questions that you're going to be able to ask to get what you want. So just stay tuned. So the second reason is you can bypass mental challenges, blocks, and resistance. So when you're stuck or you're overthinking, the conscious mind often gets in the way. Just like the example I mentioned at the very beginning, you're thinking, oh, I can't remember that. What is that? What am I doing? You're consciously trying to do it. So if you can ask certain questions directed at the unconscious mind, this helps you bypass limiting beliefs, mental blocks. So instead of thinking consciously, this allows you to gain new solutions, new perspectives, so that you can get more information freely and effortlessly. And the third reason, you get to strengthen self-awareness and inner alignment. Pretty interesting, right? So asking the unconscious mind questions encourages a dialogue with your deeper self. This can reveal desires, fears, motivations, and helping you create a more authentic reality for you. Now, when I'm doing hypnosis, I usually tell people that I teach hypnosis to in my trainings, I say usually the clients that come to us, the reason they come to us is because they lost some sort of rapport with their unconscious mind. So they don't have that self-awareness, that inner alignment. So now they're coming to see us. And then when I have clients, I explain this to them. It's just like building rapport with someone at work or your spouse or someone in your family or a friend. Once you build that rapport with the unconscious mind, it's also going to give you answers faster and faster. So to tap into the storage bin of the unconscious mind, to get all of that information that you want, the idea is to ask open-ended, deep, emotionally resonant questions. And there's some different ways that you can do this. So if you want insight and guidance, you can ask questions like, what do I already know about this that I've forgotten? Or what's the deeper truth that I'm not seeing yet? Or if I fully trusted myself, what would I do? That's an interesting question. If you fully trusted yourself, what would you do? So that's how to gain insights and guidance. So this will help you solve problems creatively. And you're going to use stored experiences, patterns, behaviors that you have, emotions that you have to create what you want. So what if you want to retrieve some patterns and figure out how to do something? Because sometimes I have clients and they come to me and they say, you know what, I just don't know how to do this. Look, the unconscious mind, it already knows how. So sometimes you just have to let go. You have to surrender to the unconscious mind and let it do it for you. If you think about it, though, sometimes when you don't know how to do something, you simply need to ask the unconscious mind, when have I faced something like this before, even if it felt different? Or do you know someone who's done this? And that person can then tell you exactly what to do. Or if you want to figure out why something keeps happening in your life, you don't want to ask a why question because that'll just give you excuses. You can ask this question: what patterns have I been repeating unconsciously? Wow, super interesting. Or you can ask, how did I decide to create this? Or what have I learned that I haven't realized yet? These are all really good questions to retrieve patterns. So the next category is creative and strategic thinking. So this is going to help you retrieve unconscious problem solving and creativity. We all have unlimited amounts of this. No one is just born with so much more creativity. The unconscious mind is the creative part of the mind. So you could ask something like, what's the most unexpected way to approach this? Or how about something like, what's the one question that I haven't asked myself that will allow me to get my goal? What if I step back? What would this look like from a different or higher perspective? What am I asking that I shouldn't be asking, or what am I not asking that I should be asking? This is going to flip your mind to give you new answers. Now, when you're asking any of these questions, you want to make sure that you're sitting in a nice, quiet space, ideally free from distractions. And then feel free to write down the answers, or feel free with these questions to ask them before you go to sleep. And when you wake up, guess what? You just might have the answers that you're looking for. You don't have to sit there and work hard. The idea with this is the effort that you don't put in your mind, that's all the hard work you're doing. So if you're putting the effort in your mind and you're having the answers to the questions when you wake up, or when you have that conversation, something will happen. You'll know exactly what to do, and it won't feel like you're spending too much effort because you already put all the effort in your unconscious mind asking the questions. So you can also ask questions for self-awareness and growth. What fear or belief is running this show right now? What do I gain from staying stuck? Or for what purpose am I not getting rid of this behavior? Or what do I truly want beneath what I say I want? So this goes deeper. All of these questions, they cause you to do a search in your unconscious mind. And your unconscious mind already has the answers. So you need to trust in your mind to find the answers. Now there's one more, symbolic exploration. Now the wonderful thing about this is your unconscious mind, it thinks in metaphors, it thinks in stories, it thinks in emotions. So it thinks in symbols. So that's why if you see certain numbers, you see certain things, what do those mean? Sometimes I see a feather and I'm like, what does that mean when I'm walking on the beach? And it means something. For me, it means someone is trying to get my attention of something. So I stop for a minute when I see that and I think and I ask myself, what is this feather trying to tell me? So when you see certain symbols, maybe it sounds weird to you that I'm talking to a feather asking questions because of feather. However, you want to start doing this. If you're seeing certain symbols, what do those mean to you? So for example, a dream, what is this dream telling me? Or what does this symbol or this repeated image that I keep seeing mean to me personally? Or what is this feeling? What is this emotion saying to me? If it had a voice, what is it telling me to do? So these are all questions that allow you to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the unconscious mind. And if you also want to go deeper into the unconscious mind, check out any of my hypnosis audios. And I also have so many other questions to share and a whole process that I go through with clients where you're also drawing things that help you see symbols, and this helps you answer really any question. So if you want to do something like that, reach out to me. All my information will be in the description of the audio. So definitely ask yourself these questions. Like I said, write down the answers if you want, or ask these questions when you wake up, in the middle of the day, or before you go to sleep. So anytime that you have a free moment, why not connect with your unconscious mind? You don't have to be busy all the time. You don't have to hustle. You don't have to grind. You need to put effort in your mind. When you put effort in your mind, you'll get more results than you've ever dreamed of. Thanks so much for listening. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. Definitely share this with someone who can connect to their unconscious mind easily and effortlessly. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.